Buongiorno everyone and welcome back to the Magpie channel for the match reaction to the win over in Austria. First game of pre-season at 1860 Munich. The season starts now. Lovely little 3-0 win over there in Austria against Munich. 3 goals, Joe Willock, Sean Longstaff, Bruno Guimaraes gets us off to a brilliant start to Eddie Howe's first pre-season as Newcastle manager. Nice little way to start it, I suppose. Pre-season, you know, all you really want to do is just test things out. I think it's a great opportunity for the fringe players, some of the new players. We got to see the debut of Sven Botman and Nick Pope, which was lovely to see. The fringe players like the likes of Sean Longstaff, Jacob Murphy, those that are fighting for a place. We'll break down the game, have a little look, see what happened. The big one, well, the change in lineups, to be fair, we'll start with the first half. We did change after an hour. So the starting 11 got 60 minutes, other than Lascelles, who only got the first half. And it is Nick Pope, who we're going to start with, who had a very good first half. A free kick off the edge of the box midway through that first half was a superb one. It was a bit of a cagey first half, really. I think we ended up 0-0 going into the break. And you could probably argue that 1860 probably had the better of the chances, really. It wasn't a classy performance by any means. I think we did struggle quite a bit. Obviously, it is pre-season, so this is obviously all said extremely lightly. I'm not taking anything too seriously. The main thing is fitness, just seeing where people are at, what maybe needs to improve in the transfer market. Some of the fringe players fighting for a place a bit more regularly, starting 11-wise. And yeah, I think fitness, that's the main thing. Winning in pre-season is always a bonus, but that's not really what it's about. It is just about testing the players, seeing where we're at as a club, as a squad, giving Eddie Howe a little bit of an idea for the likes of Elliot Anderson, see where his future lies. Will he be in the squad come the new season, or will he be loaned out again? But yeah, Nick Pope, I thought, had a brilliant debut, as did Sven Botman in the second half, which we'll come on to. But it's Lascelles who I'm going to start that off. Bit of a cagey start for Jamal Lascelles. He caught in possession a couple of times, got a bit of a silly yellow card, losing his head, lost his patience, shoving one of their players, and was the only one substituted at half-time, so that maybe doesn't spell very good things for him, as he was replaced at half-time by Sven Botman, who was amazing. Very strong presence at the back. You can see he's got a great range of passing, which we knew, left-footed side centre-back. Just really, really cool, just like, look, really, really classy. And then Fabian Schär alongside him was great as well. It's very good display. And it looks like, for me, at the moment, them two would be my preferred centre-back partnerships. Obviously, Schär being a great right-footed passer, cool on the ball, as is Botman on the other side as a left side. There's Dan Burn, who had a steady display today. He's the other left-footed centre-back. There's been this query since Botman came in. Who's going to start as both, I think would prefer Burn and Botman, but both left-footed centre-backs. How will that work? But I think Botman and Schär looked really, really good together. So, yeah, maybe he's looking at that Nottingham Forest game. That would be my preferred centre-back partnering with Burn ready at any given time. Fantastic option. If he starts, then great. But, yeah, I think I'm preferring Botman and Schär at the minute. I think that works well with me. But, yeah, I think we did have a pretty tough first half, defensively especially. 1860 did probably look the more threatening. It was a very comfortable game overall, particularly when we went into the second half, where we made a bunch of changes on the hour mark. There were some decent corners and crosses from Jacob Murphy. A lot quite high, a lot overshot, I think, at times. But yes, Elliot Anderson, very good performance as well. I think he looked quite cool, linking up with Sir Maximin, putting some good balls in. He's a very unselfish player, likes to cut back a lot, which isn't a negative at all. But yeah, I think assists, I think he's getting good at providing assists. I think is a little bit more important to his game than actually scoring goals, but it'll be nice to see him take on a few more shots. I think he'd done that on his debut, didn't he, when we played Arsenal a couple of years ago. I think Andy Carroll was the striker that day. He was just keep trying to find Carroll instead of trying to go for glory himself. Then yeah, we're coming to the second half where we did make them changes, where we brought on Dubravka for Pope, Trippier, Schär, Botman, Joe Linton and Bruno came on with Sean Longstaff, Ryan Fraser and Chris Wood. And that's where the goals started to come. Joe Willock getting in on the act before he got taken off. Lovely little through ball by John Joe Shelvey to finish that one off. The second goal from Sean Longstaff. A ball in by Bruno Guimaraes for Sean Longstaff. And what a belter that was. Ripped the net out with that one. That's what I want to see from Sean Longstaff, because he's looking maybe from the outside in on some squad places. Especially depending on how the transfer window goes towards the end. Like bringing in like a Paqueta or someone like that. Might slide a little bit further down, because I do think he's well below Shelvey, Willock, Bruno and Joey at the minute. So great to see him get in. I think this pre-season is a very big one for him. And he started off really, really well in the first game. So happy for Sean Longstaff. And the third goal by classy Bruno. Absolute brilliant. You forget how good he is, how cool he is on the ball, even in pre-season games. It was a nice little link up as well, going down the line to Chris Wood. Wood was very unselfish, cutting it back to him. And then that was a nice little finish as well. So very cool, confident, and comfortable second half. We missed a heap of chances as well, blasting them over the bar. Wilson and Willock had one of them, and then quite late on for Almiron. Not as composed, just putting them over the bar. But yeah, very happy for the first win and getting pre-season off to a start. The tickets came today. Up here somewhere, I don't know where they are. There we are, Nottingham Forest game, ready to go for the new season. So looking forward to getting this one after this first game under our belts. Under our hats, I think that's the expression, is under the hats, not under the belt. Whatever, you know what I mean. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure that you comment. How did you think the pre-season went for our first game against 1860 Munich? Let me know in the comments. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and get ready for the new season, baby. It's coming.